Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm going to do the final video relating to the Mega Singles collection. I had purchased this years ago. In the beginning, I started filming every single box opening. It was about 180 boxes of 45s, mostly picture sleeves, from the 70s to today. Punk, new wave, garage. I mean, everything was in there. So I started unboxing this stuff live on camera for the first time, and it just got to be too much. The stuff was lingering for a couple of years, and I just needed to move it. So about 8 months ago, we spent the summer getting everything listed on Discogs to blow through it. The remainder of the stuff, though, the high-end stuff, everything that was over 100, 100 and a quarter, I saved. I put in a box, and I wanted to shoot like a best of video because I knew I was no longer going to document every single box. Although that's what I wanted to do. It just would have been 100 videos. It would have just been, it would have been too much. So in this video, I'm actually going to show you the top 50 most valuable records according to Discogs, going by Discogs median. A lot of these prices are wildly wrong, and I'll kind of discuss that with you. I also got about 30, 35 honorable mentions. I'll just blow through pretty quick here in the beginning. Stuff that if I were to go and sell it, which a lot of this stuff I'm going to sell, and it'll start being put on Discogs in the next couple of days, and I'll show you what I'm going to keep, because there is things in this collection that I plan on keeping. But a lot of these honorable mentions are more valuable than the stuff that actually gets categorized on Discogs, because some of the stuff is so rare it doesn't transact very often, and because of that it's more expensive. But I'm going to start from 50. I'm going to do honorable mentions. I'm going to start from the 50 most valuable record all the way up to number one. But let me show you some of these honorable mentions. We got the randoms, A, B, C, D. This is on Danger House. Now, I'm not a 45 guy. I'm not a punk guy, so I'm going to botch some stuff up here. Don't hold it against me. It's just not my thing. But I understand the historical nature of this collection. It was such a killer collection. Everything was like unplayed. He stored everything in Ziploc bags. You can go back on some of these earlier videos in this Mega Singles collection, and you can kind of see how this stuff was stored. And I unboxed it live, how it was stored. L7, Touch and Go, always a valuable label. The Buzzcocks Spiral Scratch. This is the very first pressing from '77 without the credit on the bottom. There was a lot of cool picture sleeves from around the world. This is from France, the Buzzcocks Promises. We've got U2, Stories for the Boys. Now this is, where's this? Ireland. Really clean, especially for a white cover. What do we got here? The UK subs. All right. Social Distortion from '83, Mommy's Little Monster. Again, most of this stuff is going to be on Discogs in the next couple of days. The Replacements, I'm in Trouble with If You Were Only Lonely. Excuse me, If You Were Lonely. If only you were lonely. There you go. Fourth time's the charm. On Twin Tone. This is actually something I'm going to keep. I'm not a big 45 collector, but some of this stuff, you know, I'm a fan of the bands, and it's just so cool. I know I'm never going to see it again. The Toy Dolls EP. This is a handmade cover. You can see it's folded over by hand and glued. It's actually still tacky, so I'm assuming it was done with a maybe a glue stick. All right, this is like a no-brainer. I'm going to keep this. Like, this is an honorable mention. Like, I would sell so many of the other listed records before I would get to this. The very first Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK. Just a cherry copy with the original generic black paper sleeve that it came with. Very cool. The Dandy Warhols. More modern stuff. The Alarm. I didn't know the Alarm had any high price stuff until this collection. Here's a classic, The Deadbeats Kill the Hippies. On Danger House. Love, love, love the cover on this. Again, I don't know if we can focus in on that. Super cherry, super clean. April, March. Sympathy for the Record Industry. One of the more expensive titles on the label. Couple copies. He had a full run of Sub Pop stuff. This is the White Stripes. 2 copies of this. Split color vinyl on Sub Pop. Eddie and the Otters. We've got The Hanging Garden. This is a Japanese Cure record. We've got, I'm going to botch this up, X-Small Deutschland. This is a classic, I won't sell it. Always love the art. The Weirdos. We got a Neutron Bomb. On Danger House as well. This is one of those records that when people come in and they're trying to tell me about their collection and the caliber of their collection, they always tend to mention that one. Snafu. Real Men Don't Watch Quincy. Let's see. I Want to Be a Cosmonaut. This has the second guitarist as, Billy Bragg on the back. How do you like that? So you can focus in on that. So yeah, the second guitarist. Some more White Stripes. Not a White Stripes fan. Sympathy for the Record Industry on red wax. That'll get sold. Here's a band I actually really do dig. I went to see the B-52s in concert. OMD opened for them. And yeah, I've been a real big fan ever since. I really like OMD. This is Enola Gay. This is a pressing variation, different country or something. I have to look it up. Andy Warhol. So maybe this is like an Andy Warhol. Let's see. Andy Warhol color variation. There was a lot of the rare Melvin stuff. So stuff that was numbered to 200. A lot of the silkscreen stuff. So you'll see that. Actually, this is numbered to 75. This is 67 of 75. And it is on splatter wax. All right. There was a ton of the special White Stripes variation stuff. Or excuse me, Third Man Records stuff. These are the Halloween records. I think, yeah, these are the glow-in-the-dark Halloween records. Pretty sure that's what these are. I could care less about White Stripes, Third Man Record stuff, collectible stuff. London Halloween. So I think these were only available maybe at a pop-up or at the show in London on Halloween. I know they were super limited, but he seems to have most of the whole run of this. Again, not really my thing. Almost done with the honorable mentions. There was so much killer stuff in this collection, and I've got another box of this type of stuff that you're looking at now. But yeah, I'd be here for 3 hours if I was showing it all. I want to get through the top 50. The Rosellos, Top of the Pops on Sire. This is, I think, a Spanish pressing. I think it's only desirable and valuable because of the pressing. Like a lot of these Clash titles, although the Clash is always desirable. But a lot of the stuff here, this is an Australian 45 cover only. Naked Ray Gun. That flammable solid sticker on it, pretty cool. Again, everything in this collection, so super clean. I felt bad breaking it up, but it was just 45s aren't my thing. A lot of the bands that were represented here, not my thing. I figured I'd get this in the hands of people that would just love a sound record. Words and music by the Nips. This is Happy Song. This is on Test Pressing Records. Social Unrest. So maybe 5, 6, 7,000 records in this collection. A lot of them are on, are on Discogs. So XTC, another color, another variation. Science Friction. She's So Square. Excuse me. This is a sleeve variation. I think I said color variation. 1977. What is this? Looks like a German pressing. So maybe a German-only sleeve. The Gifted Children. Painting by Numbers and Happening. This is an interesting. When I saw this, I was a little like, what is this? Okay, so what is this? Parental Guidance, I believe, from 81. Yeah, Parental Guidance, Tear It Down. But it originally came with this sleeve where the chick is holding a razor blade. I'm assuming most of the razor blades are gone, but in the shape this collection was in, there it is. A brand new, old rusted, a new old stock rusted razor blade. I don't think you'd be very smart to be putting razor blades in your records these days. Seems like you might open yourself up to a lawsuit. The helicopters. Tons of helicopter stuff in this collection. This must be really rare because a lot of their stuff wasn't super valuable. Some more of the Melvin stuff. Really limited silkscreen stuff. Couple of, just piles of them. So we got these two. This has a different back, so this must be a little, maybe a variation, or this looks like, yeah, this one's autographed. See Buzzo's signature right there in the middle. This is probably pretty limited. I'm not going to keep all the variations of this Melvin stuff, but I'll keep a few. This is cool. Real early Sub Pop in the original green sleeve of Green River with a stamped address on the front. How cool is that? The Cowboys. We've got the Dogs, the Dots. We've got Tuxedo Moon. This was a cool one just because I read up on it. So this is Marina and the Diamonds. She autographed it. It was her first single, but every one of them had a little diamond included. And apparently she glued every single one of them on herself. So it's not that old, from 2009. But yeah, it has a little diamond. It fell off. The glue ran low, or the glue dried up, and yeah. The Dills. 198 Seconds of. Another Danger House record. Everything on Danger House seemed to be going for some bucks. Again, I'm not a punk guy. If you all know that, and I'm just foolish, I don't know what to tell you. Not my thing. Nazi School, Cracked Actor. Which is a good thing if you're looking to buy this kind of stuff, because if this was a rare collection of 1500 series Lexington Avenue Blue Notes on this, I'd show them to you on camera and you would never see them again. The very first Beastie Boys release, Pollywog Skoo. This is an EP. This is when they were a punk band. The Homosexuals. So this has Kind of looks like they did a custom art piece here on the back. Yeah, painted. Pretty cool. And then we have a couple more. The Nuns. We have Bella Dessar. The Cure's Killing an Arab. And this is the last one. Okay, so the last 50 we'll go through, and we'll go through the Discogs prices. So these, according to Discogs, the honorable mentions, all fell below these titles, okay? X, adult books. This is one I'm going to keep. Median on Discogs on this is 165. The highest it's ever sold for, and that's a lot of what these are going to end up selling for, just because they're just minty. I mean, look, I'll give you another. Just look at the condition of these. When I started showing videos on this stuff, a lot of people were just, oh, these are counterfeit, these are counterfeit. They're so clean, they do look like they're counterfeit in a lot of cases. But yeah, at number 49, Toxic Reasons, Ghost Town. Median on this is 167.50. The highest it sold for is 225. Although it's weird, like when it was in my collection on Discogs and when I clicked on the actual link, it gave different pricing. But Discogs is ever changing. All right, 48. The Sisters of Mercy. This came in at 178.26 with a high of 326.08. Number 47, Three Dancers. Median on this was 178.57, and the highest it sold for is 183.67. So I'm guessing with that kind of a spread, it doesn't transact very often. Elude, Kill Yourself, number 46. This has got a median of 182.47 and a high of 229.99. Here's one that I'll keep. Like I said, I love OMD. This is tough to see in the sleeve, so let me pull this out. This has got a median of 182.80 and a high of 236.06. But Love Factory stuff, but Electricity. This is the original matte cover with that spot gloss. Typeset. All right, The Avengers. Coming in at 44. This is a median of 185, and this has a high of 300. On Danger House. Really clean. Really, really, really clean. All right. The Dills. This has a median of 190 and a high of 257.77. I've been saving these things for so long. A lot of them has actually gone up. Because again, I bought this pre-pandemic when things were a little bit less crazy than they are now. Let's see the fastbacks at 42. This is 197.37 with a high of 332.10. It's Your Birthday. This is numbered as well. This is 582. Crime. Hot Wire to My Heart. This is at number 41. This is a median of 199 and a high of 330. This is actually autographed to Chris from Crime. So the whole band just autographed as one. Median of 330 or a high of 330. They say crime doesn't pay. I'm just kidding. Dad joke. Okay. Love the Smashing Pumpkins. This will stay with me. Median of 200, high of 310.53 at number 40. Look at Darcy there. Wish we can get her back in the band. I'm looking forward to the reunion. The Clash. Complete Control. This is at number 39. This is a Spanish pressing. So 203.49, median 274.63. So Spanish only cover. off of their first album. Ah, the wrong Eat record, but still not a cheap record. But we've got God Punishes. This is at number 37, to 1988, and the high is 350. All right, I got a couple copies of this next one. This is Mudhoney coming at 36. First single on Sub Pop. 220 median, 300 as the high. These have bag rash because of what they were stored in originally. But this is like a brown translucent. And another more translucent brown. Oh, that Sub Pop collection was so sweet, how complete it was. Felt bad about getting rid of it. Okay, The Cure. Now this is one that the median is really misrepresenting this record. This is I think this is a French cover. So this is at number 35. The median is $220.59. The high is $772.06. It seems like on Pop Psych and even on Discogs, this is now selling for the high side, maybe $700 to $1,000. The cheapest one on Discogs right now for sale is $1,000. The Nerves, beautiful copy. Median 225, high is 300. This is coming in at number 34. Beautifully clean copy. All right, some more Third Man stuff. The Dead Weather. Number 33. This is at 226.97. The high is 256.58. Is this another ring? What is this? Yeah, another glow in the dark record. Definitely a collectible type of deal. Glow in the dark is horribly noisy. Coming in at 32 of a median of 238.10 and a high of 300, and I've got a couple different copies. These don't transact in these colors very frequently, so some of these might go for significantly more. But we got Nirvana. Here She Comes Now with the Melvins. We've got 3 different color variations. So I've got a blue, green, and a marbled purple. In beautiful mint shape. Those I'll probably keep. I think the rare Nirvana 45 stuff is just undervalued to this day. All right, at number 31, The Residents Play the Beatles. Or The Beatles Play the Residents. This is number 67 out of 500. Really clean. Has the... I believe it came with like a little certificate of authenticity. Maybe that's supposed to be in there. But check out how clean that is. This would probably definitely sell on the much higher side. This is one that's a little out of whack. So the median on this is a Blur, Out of Time, with a reported Banksy cover. I don't know if that stuff's ever been confirmed. But anything that is possibly art by Banksy is going for crazy money. So at 30, we've got a median of 244.44 and a high of 400. But I see this sell on Discogs or Pop Psych for much higher. This was originally bought at Soundwaves for $5.99. The First Steps. Anywhere else but here. This is number 29. It's only sold for $248.16. That's enough to put it at number 29. Okay, Halo of Flies, Rubber Room. This is number 28. Median is $249.99. The high is $388.16. They only did 200 of these. This is number 92 of 200. The Wipers. Here's one I'll keep. Better Off Dead. And Up in Flames. Median on this is $250. Highest is $399. It's their first record. Check out how cool. All right. Here's another one I'll end up keeping. The Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK. This is number 26. This is a German picture sleeve only. Median's 250, 238, and the high is 420. Really cool. Another Banksy Blur cover. Number 25. The median on this is 258.42, and the high is 533.71. My little post-it notes. All right, so this is a Halo of Flies piece that's extremely rare. They only made 10 of these. This is number 2 of 10. Median on this is 273.53, and the high is 410.96. When you only make 10 of something, I kind of feel like you can charge whatever someone's willing to pay for it. This is from 2010, so it's not that old. But yeah. Okay, some more silkscreen Melvin stuff. Coming in at number 23. These are median 274.99, high 300. They only did 200 of them, but they're autographed as well. All right, we've got some King Kurt. These are cool just because this is I noticed a lot of the stuff in the collection that was kind of like this, to where they were like really independent releases, and they kind of made their own artwork cover. Number 22, this is at 275, and a high of 495. But you can see there are two different covers. Orange vinyl. Okay. Coming in at number 21, this is $284.09, a high of $425. This is a promo from The Damned. Stretcher case, baby. He pretty much had a full run of Stiff as well. Not as cool as the full run of Sub Pop. Alkaline Trio's first record at number 20. 280 is the median, the high is 400. Has the original sleeve too, which has that hype sticker attached to it. Joe Potts, Mother and Daughter. This is at number 19. 300 is the price on this guy. Looks like it's only sold for that on Discogs anyways. I'll have to check it out. Maybe on Pop Psych. All right, some more Melvins silk screens. Let's see what they did this. These are coming out at 18. This is a higher price one. The median on this is $320.58, but the high is only $341.18. They did 200 of these. But for whatever reason, these have gone for a few bucks more. Okay. We've got The Times. Biff Bang Pow. This is number 17, $322.66 with a high of $402.49. All right, here's one that I'm definitely going to keep. Look how nice and clean this is. The Cramps, Human Fly, number 16. Median's $325, the high is $589.29. I love the Cramps. My wife loves the Cramps. The Dead Weather. This is $325. Only sold for $325. Median is number 15 on this. Another glow in the dark Halloween issue. The Feeders coming in at number 14. So this is sold, median is $337.50, the high is $620.08. I feel though, who knows? Something like this, with as clean as this is, look how nice and snowy white that cover is. Probably goes for a little more. It's got the original lyric sheet inside. All right, this is something that I'll never sell. I'm a huge New Order fan, New Joy Division fan, huge Joy Division fan, and I'm a huge factory fan. So this is at number 13. This is $346.39 median. The high is $663.27. But yeah, this is the Fact 2 factory sample. Very booted, but this is an original with that baggy type cover. Joy Division, got the Dorati column on it as well. Really nice, really clean. Also has the original sticker sheet. Looks like it was made yesterday. Just an impeccably clean copy. All right, let's put this back together. Now we're getting into the heavies. This is at number 13, by the way. A lot of these I think are very undervalued, even though they go for crazy money, and I'm going to hang on to them because I feel like they're going to go for a lot more in the future, in the near future. I think there will be a point in time where people just realize how rare and desirable some of these records are, and they'll become more of a collectible asset, as like an investable graded asset. Similar to trading cards that sell for millions of dollars, gaming cards that sell for millions of dollars, you name it. Comic books. The Misfits, this is at number 12. Halloween, this is median of $396.50 and a high of $12.50. Look how perfectly crisp and clean this is. Very, very, very heavily booted. Everything Misfits. Everything I'm going to show you is not a bootleg. The only thing that he had that was a bootleg was a copy of the first 45, unfortunately for me. The Alcoholics at number 11. This is a median of 400, a high of 450. Also shows you how accurate Discogs is, because that Misfits is going to go for significantly more than the median. Good luck finding that record for 300 bucks. That's playable anyways. All right, the Soundgarden, Hunted Down. Median on this is at number 10. Top 10 here. $494.38 and the high is $816.90. This is something that I'm going to sell. So it's only the record. I don't have the original. I think it came with like an original blue type sleeve with maybe some of them having a hype sticker on it. But that'll be sold. Schwump, number 9. Median is 500. The high is 700. Super clean copy. Unfortunately, number 8. This is a second pressing. On touch and go. Negative approach. So this is, yeah, the 82 pressing. Median on this is 542.94. The high is 1200. This is actually one that I unboxed live on camera. This was from the early days before I stopped doing it. Okay. Oh, now we're getting into the goods. Number 7. The Misfits. 3 Hits from Hell. Look how clean this Misfit stuff is. Never this clean. Median on this is $594.12. The high is $1,058.82. I'm thinking I can get a lot more for this. Has the original insert in it there as well. Okay. Number 6. Glenn Danzig, Who Killed Marilyn Monroe. Median on this is $737.49 with a high of $1,500. Excuse me. Okay, here's one that I'm going to sell because this was a little bit of a shock when I saw this. I don't really know why this is as expensive as it is, but it is. But yeah, at number 5, the Rock and Roll Bitches, Wild West. Median on this is $802.50 with a high of $866.14. This is numbered as well. This is 204. on Rich Young Records. All right, all the Misfit stuff I'm keeping. But here is a copy of Horror Business. Super clean, super clean copy of Horror Business. On yellow vinyl. Median on this is $985.74, and the high is $1,897. All right, this one I showed in the very first video talking about the collection, and I got trolled 16 ways to Sunday by a bunch of guys who could apparently judge things via a video on YouTube. But if any of you want to put any money on it, bet me that this sucker isn't real, bring $1,000 into the In-Groove. That's 3300 North 24th Street in Phoenix, Arizona. You bring your grand, I'll bring my grand. I'll show it to you, and if it's real, I'll keep your money. The Misfits. This is, I guess, considered the third pressing of Bullet. It is so crisp and so clean that in that video it almost has a gloss look to it, to where it almost looks counterfeit, but it's not. So essentially the first pressing of this was a silkscreen cover, black vinyl. The second pressing was red vinyl. The third pressing, with this sleeve, excuse me, the non-silkscreen pressing with red vinyl. The third pressing, which I have here, is where he had some leftover black vinyl records, and he stuffed them in the second pressing, the red vinyl sleeve. But this is, I mean, super cherry. So this is coming in at number 3. Median on this is $2,000. $7,495 is the high. I wouldn't sell this for $10,000. I think it's worth more. Look how clean that sleeve is. Super clean. And there the record is. But everything in this collection was so clean, so perfect. I could see how a lot of guys would get hung up when you see these in this condition. You just automatically assume it's, you know, it's counterfeit because these didn't hold up in that kind of condition. Okay. The number 1 and number 2, because theoretically it's 2 different records, is Nirvana's Love Buzz. So I've got 2 versions here. I've got a Red Stripe promo, and I've got, they call it the Slash promo. Let me show it to you here, which one is which. And then I've got a numbered copy. I got number 744. Beautifully unplayed. That is the Red Slash. So the median on these is $34.99. The high is $5,114.33, although I've seen copies getting close to $10,000. I would not sell these records for $20,000 today. I think these are extremely undervalued, and I've been saying it for years. I think if we ever got to see the day where they started grading records, encapsulating them, and they could become more of an investable asset, I would see these in my lifetime. I think we're going to see these at hundreds of thousands of dollars a piece. I think these are just going to go for obnoxious, obscene money. I've been saying it for years. When I started saying it, you could get copies of these for around $3,000. Now, in this condition, maybe $7,500 to $10,000 I see them sell for. I would not sell these for $20,000. Again, I think these are extremely undervalued. Now, if I needed the money to eat, live, that's a different story. But as far as an investment, something that I feel is going to appreciate, something I can retire on, I truly feel like these are very undervalued from one of the most collected bands of all time. Definitely for my generation, the band. You know, my generation's the Beatles, although, you know, I mean, I prefer the Beatles over Nirvana, but still, my generation's the Beatles. So yeah, the first Sub Pop, they only did 1,000 of them that are numbered, and they did 200 of them in that red stripe, and there's some test pressings floating around out there. I do not think there's 1,200 of these floating around anymore. I'm sure a lot of them got thrown away, destroyed, flooded, hurricaned, fired, tornadoed, post office destroyed, UPS destroyed, lost. Who knows how many of these things are out there. There's a website that tracks these, and I want to say there's maybe 300 to 400 of these things out there known to exist since they started tracking them 10, 15 years ago. But yeah, so that is it. Keep in mind, a lot of these are going to be on Discogs. You're not going to find any misfits. Excuse me. Yeah, you're not going to find any misfits. You're not going to find the love buses. You'll find a lot of the other stuff, though. On Discogs, it is time to sell them. I have spent a couple of years putting this video together. I wanted to try to accumulate all this stuff in one spot, but it is time to move some of these records onto the next person. I'm not going to be giving this stuff away because I know what kind of condition this stuff is in, and I know how hard it is to find these records in this condition. So I'm going to want top dollar for it, but that's what it is. If I end up sitting with some of this stuff a little bit longer, no problem. But judging from how the sales have gone on some of the other stuff, this stuff has been moving very, very quick. All right, Discogs link for this stuff is going to be below. Check us out online at theingroove.com. Until next time.